Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. You know the vibes. Got your host here, one half, Reg. I got a guest with me. He needs no introduction because he's been on the last episode, well, the one before the last, and before. I mean, you're a reoccurring guest now. You only need an introduction. But my name is Smurf.
What's happening? What's going on, y'all? Of course, one half of coffee and apple juice. Mm-hmm. Always here for my dog when he need me.
I appreciate it. So this is kind of a do-over episode because me and Dre recorded a dope episode and we signing off, we talking and shit, and I look and I'm like, yo, nigga, you would not believe the shit I was not even recording. Like, that shit crushed me, my guy. That crushed me. So, as we know, Dre, he got a lot of shit going on. He's where he's at, work and the time difference, everything else. So in the event that we don't get an episode in, I still want to put something out. So
absolutely,
I'm happy that you can make that timeline for me.
Come on, dog. And I don't do much. I ain't got no photography going right now. Shit. Of course, having to go to work a little bit earlier, so that means I get off earlier, so they give me a little bit more time to relax and enjoy the day. Shit, the last 2 days I done came home from work and motherfucking plopped on this couch, took me a nap for about a good 2.5 hours. I woke up. Hey, I done woke up both days like looking around like what the.
Listen, I you ain't the only one. I come in here, kick the damn recliner feet up, turn this damn PlayStation 5 on, and just fuck around. So I done fell asleep and woke up 1:30 in the morning with the controller in my lap, neck hurting because I'm leaning to the side and shit. Game still on, man. I'm like, let me get my ass up and get in this damn bed. But yeah,
man.
I'm enjoying it, man. To do. Hey, and summer's almost over too, man. What's going on?
Bruh.
I think we had a pretty good summer.
We had a decent summer. Yeah, we had a decent summer, man.
It's all right.
I put it like this: we got to hang out not only with each other, but we got to hang out with our friends. So
yeah.
So we had a good summer.
Yeah. We should get one more in. When is the summer officially over? What date? Do you know? Probably right after Labor Day, huh?
Yeah, I think it's like September 21st, some shit like that. It's like the first day of fall.
Oh well, we'll see. we'll see. But what's good with you though, man? What's
shit? I can't complain, man. We coming up on the end of the week. Shit. For me, I mean, granted, for everybody else, it's Friday, so everybody, hey, it's Friday, weekend coming. No, nigga, I still work on Saturday. I'm like, nigga, I work on Saturday, but for me, Saturdays are normally slow motion, so I don't be complaining. Okay. I don't be complaining. It'd be slow motion at work, so I get to chill,
right?
Watch TV, shit, get homework done 9 times out of 10 for me. But and try and get other shit in order, and then still trying to work on, get our next adventure going on the podcast.
Yeah.
So,
dog, I'm at one time I felt like I was podcast out, man, because I felt like I was waking up thinking about podcast shit, how to make shit better, what to add on, what to do, how to edit, new skills, all this other shit, and
right.
Going to bed doing the same shit. But for the last couple of weeks it ain't been like that. I think I kind of like fell back a little bit and just powered down, because even with like editing videos and shit, I stopped doing like zoom in key points when one person would speak, and just because a lot of this shit was real time consuming, man. Because especially when we used to record Thursday, man, my whole Friday was just nothing but podcasts. Like if I wanted to go out and do some shit, I wouldn't. Friday was all day editing, figuring out the description, cover art, all that shit.
Right,
Dog.
right.
So, us moving to Wednesday, we're recording on Wednesdays. That shit opened up a lot of shit, but I was still like just having them days to where it was just my days was always consumed with podcasts, just thinking about different shit. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I think once we get this new shit started, probably get back in that mode a little bit, man. But that shit is time consuming, man. Like a month.
Oh yeah. Look, I already know it's hard. Jeez. It's hard for me trying to get our, trying to do our thing. The shit for us just on the strength, work, school.
Yeah.
And school is really taking up my time because I've been having to write paper after paper after paper. It seemed like the closer I get to graduating, the more papers I got to fucking write.
Yeah. Man, I just noticed you got Young MJ on your shirt, man. Let me see that. I like that, man. Okay.
Yeah, shout out Serve Fresh.
That's a sweater or that's a tee? Long sleeve tee.
Sweater.
Oh, it's a sweater?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I got it in Carolina blue too.
Yeah, I like that.
I caught them on a good ass sale. I think they were doing like 65% off like your entire order.
Okay.
I went motherfucking crazy that day. I bought like 5-6 damn crew necks and hoodies that day. I was like, word, 65%? And these motherfuckers, they already like $90. They cost like $80-$90 depending on what you're getting. But
yeah,
I caught them that day.
Yeah, I like that, man. That's dope.
Yes,
man, but so it's a whole lot of shit going on, man. This week we kind of slow with sports, but as far as in yesterday the news came out, they was talking about J.R. Smith attending A&T.
Yeah, I saw that.
Playing college golf, man, but I don't know how to feel about that, man. I mean,
I know, right?
It's good that that he wants to go back to college. Well, go to,
but he never. But I've been saying, he never went.
But he committed to UNC, and then he just decided to go pro. But so I mean, the way the news came out, it didn't sound like he was going for education though. That's how they made it sound like he was just going to play golf. Nigga, you can play golf anywhere. You can join the damn pro-am or some shit. Play golf.
Get with damn Tony Romo and them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
if I look at it like this, if he's going just to play golf, then nah, cut it out, man. Because now I feel like you're taking away a spot for a kid that actually can do some things and become a pro, things like that.
Right. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. I didn't even look at it like that at that point, but yeah, he definitely is.
I mean, granted, I'm sure he's gonna be a walk-on, but still. Yeah. But my thing is, like, you could possibly be taking away a spot from somebody who deserves that spot and who may actually become something. So
yeah. I mean, they said he's good. They say he's good, but I mean, I don't know. I just thought that news was kind of interesting because they say he's going to college to play golf, and I'm like, well, nigga, you're 36. Like, you can play golf anytime you want to. Go to college,
right?
Like for the education or the experience. I mean, you're going to A&T anyway,
right?
And hopefully it brings more press and coverage to the school and money at that.
And that's what I was going to get at. I said I was thinking like. Like you said, more press, more money, and hell, he may even chip it. He may even donate because like Steph donated. What was it to Howard?
Yeah,
was it? Yeah. So like, hopefully he does the same thing with A&T. So
hopefully, I mean, he become an alum of A&T. So I mean, it'll be a good look. But so to get off of that, Dennis Schroder's ass turned down $84 million for, I think it was 4 years, 3 or 4 years, right? He turned down $84 million because he wanted 100, 105.
Yep.
That's what he wanted. Somebody told him he was worth it. And if you got an agent saying you're worth that, and if you feel like you're worth it, you're worth it. But so the flip side, reverse on that is Now free agency is here.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody trying to give him that. Only thing he got to offer is five and a half.
Signed with
like
Boston.
5.6, so 5.5, something like that.
He signed with Boston.
In regards of betting on yourself, what side do you fall on?
I mean, shit. I'm for betting on yourself if you know you're gonna put in the work to get the shit done to where you get what you worth.
Right.
And we bet on ourselves on the regular, you betted on yourself doing fitness at one point. I bet on myself doing photography. So we do it often, but us betting on ourselves is completely different than him betting on himself trying to get signed, trying to get a major deal.
Right.
So I mean, I will say I'm for betting on yourself, but the thing is you gotta be on top of your game to make sure that as far as when it comes to professional sports, you got to be on top of your game and make sure you go all out and you perform on a nightly basis. So teams are looking at you like, okay, yeah, he may be worth this $100 million. The Lakers didn't think he was worth $100 million, but they damn sure thought he was worth that $80 million, 80, what was it?
84.
Like and my thing at that point, if somebody offers you, they offer them $84 million. You have to come to a crossroad and be like, is it worth trying to fight for this 15, 20 mil?
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, of course, I could say if I were him, I would have went ahead and took that deal. But that's in
hindsight.
Yeah, hell, not even in hindsight, because I would have been like, because even at the time that he got the offer, I was like, shit, he might want to take that
off the rip.
Because once I heard that he was looking for $100 million, I was like, you might want to take that because you might not get that offer.
Yeah, that 100 might be a stretch. I mean, if he said 90, then maybe. But so I think now that I think about it, because I did talk about this a little bit yesterday, what we did. I think he was in a damn you do, damn you don't position because he ended up having to sit out for COVID.
Yep.
He was having a decent season, and he probably would have got 90. He probably could have got more than 84, but whatever. But hell, he probably could have got more than what he's getting now somewhere else. But when you come back from COVID, like everybody that has came back from COVID didn't play good. And he just so happened to come back in the middle of a playoff series against the Phoenix Suns and didn't look good. Jason Tatum didn't look good when he came back. Zach LaVine didn't look good. I mean, we can name players that no players performed. So, but had he said, you know what, I'm gonna shut it down. I got COVID. I can't come back. Niggas would look at him different anyway. Y'all in the playoffs, y'all battling, blah, 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 blah. So he was in a bad situation, I think, to begin with. I
mean, shit, at this point, this is pretty much a bet on yourself moment for him again. Now you really have to go out there and ball out.
Show and prove.
But that's it. I mean, hell, at least he got to sign to a team, put it that way.
Absolutely. So and and I think it plays into life as well because I mean, if a nigga tell you like, hey, you're worth $15 an hour, you like, nah, you got me fucked up. I'm 20 easy. I'm $20. You know what I'm saying? I'm betting on myself. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, and to us, it's a lot of money.
Right.
And I mean, to everybody, it's a lot of money, but that nigga ain't hurting for money. And give me $5 million a year.
I'll take it.
I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take it. But again,
I would love the 84. I would love the 84. But I'm more than fine with that 5. You know what I'm saying?
But again, of course, this is us.
Yeah.
This is us as spectators.
And then he turned into the ass of every joke on social media because, I mean, which is dumb. I mean, the nigga, he's still I mean, $5 million is $5 million. I mean,
my thing
you took
is
the L on 79 million, but
my thing is shit. He's still in the league, so
right, yeah,
he's still in the league. He's somewhere that I ain't, and everybody else commenting ain't.
right.
He's still in the league, so shout out to him.
Yeah,
I hope he does well. Shit.
Yeah. Hopefully he goes out there and ball and then get what he deserves. I'll say what he deserves. I don't say get what he wants, but get what he deserves. Right. Mr. PJ Washington and Brittany Renner. I wanted to talk about this shit earlier, and that's why I was mad about this episode, because now this shit's everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's everywhere. But so
I'm trying to figure, how did they come about? Because I just saw like after the aftermath.
I got you. So she's about 8 years older than him.
Yeah. And we know it.
She was going to his games at Kentucky. So the way the internet is making, piecing it together, because you know how the internet do. She had her eyes and claws in him since he was like a young boy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in college, because there's pictures of her in Kentucky blue in the seats, clapping. And I guess his teammate Keldon Johnson, they even showed like him at the free throw line. I think Keldon Johnson wanted her. And so Keldon Johnson's at the free throw line, and he was like, "I love you," like mouthing that shit. And
right.
And you saw her like waving, but somehow she ended up with PJ Washington.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 26, 27, 28-year-old woman with 18-year-old, college boy,
Right.
She saw the potential, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, 2 years later, he's in the league, making money. They get married, which me and Dre was joking about that shit the whole time. Like, yo, my man wiped the porn star up. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure you done seen Brittany Renner videos. I don't know, but yeah, like, but yeah. So, absolutely. But yeah, yeah, they get married, and she gets pregnant, has a child, and the news came out when I saw it. It said, because I knew they had a baby, and then like a week later, it said she filed for divorce. I was like, yo, that shit is strange. Then like 2 days later, it says she had already put the paperwork in, like right after she had the baby, and like the numbers for child support was already in too, for $200K a month.
Damn.
And the headline said she secretly filed for divorce after she had the baby.
Wow, that's dirty.
Like, so outside looking in, we don't know what was going on in the household, what happened, but I mean, there ain't like nothing negative out there that she's saying or he's saying. He's clearly saying that, yeah, I ended up being this the lollipop, and I got licked. I was a sucker, I got blah 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 blah. And if we was 18, 19 years old and Brittany Renner was coming on us, I'm pretty sure.
Right. If we were in if we was in his shoes, I know I would have fell for the bait. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yeah. I would have fell for it. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you.
That would have been shoot up the club city, man. God.
Foul.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't hold him. I can't hold him for real. I can't.
I probably would have shot.
No shit. I can't hold him. I mean, but man, that shit is. Oh, I hate it for my man. But so the thing is, the history of Brittany Renner leads you to say like this shit was gonna happen. It was written.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was written because she was the one that said that that was the one that Colin Kaepernick was flying out, right? Or she was spending her own money to come see Colin Kaepernick, and she tried to put him on blast like, yeah, he don't spend money on women. I gotta buy my own tickets to go see him, blah blah blah. You damn right. You want to come out here? I'm motherfucking Colin Kaepernick. I can have a motherfucker come from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Right. Easily, right down. I'm in San Francisco. His
look,
motherfucker,
she thought
Hollywood easy.
Look, she thought she had another boo-boo to fool.
Yeah,
That's all.
Yeah, right. Yeah. She was dealing with a grown-ass man then.
Right.
So,
That's
I mean,
different.
compared to, so, yeah. And then, I mean, there's a video surfacing her, she was like, if you want an easy bag, fuck with these NBA niggas. They don't like to wear rubbers. I saw that shit this morning. I was like, damn. So, I mean, all this shit leads you to think like Brittany Renner know what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing.
She knew the mission, and she executed.
Mission accomplished.
But I hate that it went down there like that for PJ Washington. Well, any man in general, you know what I'm saying? Especially this nigga's about to pay $200K a year. He's still on a rookie contract. So I think somebody did the math on that shit for 18 years. And I think they was like, this nigga just like, he's paying her like 18 million for, for 18, more than 18 million. I forgot how much it was, over 18-year span. I was like, golly, that shit is crazy.
I hope he balls out, gets paid, and be able to get all that shit out the way. Yeah,
the bigger contract he get, the more money he gonna have to pay though. She strikes me as a woman that's like, oh, he just signed that
right.
20 mil.
I need more.
Yeah, that 28 million 3-year contract. I need a little more. His damn PJ. I feel sorry for you, man. I might have to buy me a PJ tough. Washington jersey, man. Just put a little more money in his pocket, man. let me go get a PJ Washington jersey.
Right. Just support.
Damn. Hey, niggas, y'all need to wrap that up, man. But so that's hard to say too, because that's your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Who want to?
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Who the fuck their wife with a rubber on?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so that's what I think. That's what's really messed up about it, because of the fact they were married. So my thing is, yes, I'm about to shoot fucking Gleb up. We about to.
Right.
This is my wife.
Yeah.
Shit,
it's going somewhere.
Right, but then for her to flip that, man,
tough circumstances, man.
That was.
I hate it for him, man. I hate it for him. PJ, man, you know my prayers, my guy. Man, damn. But hey, y'all NBA niggas, man, just athletes in general, man. Y'all,
shit.
These motherfuckers out here, everybody wants a bag, yeah. But
everybody wrap that shit
got a bigger bag than me, man.
If that ain't the person you trying to be with forever, wrap that shit up, B.
Yeah. But like we said, that's your wife. I mean, you don't never go. You don't never go in that situation thinking, I want to be married for about 3 years and then we're gonna end this shit.
Right. Then we're gonna end it.
They weren't even married 3 years. I think they got married right before the pandemic, I think. That's when I got pregnant, but whatever. Pandemic pussy. That's when he
oh shit,
man! He let that pandemic pussy get him. Yeah,
hey, he should. Hey, I mean,
oh man,
he need. Hey, if he needs some father. Hey, if he needs some fatherly advice, tell him to hit up Nick Cannon.
Yeah. Speaking of Nick Cannon, nice little segue. Speaking of Nick Cannon, how do you feel about his ideology of relationship? Not fatherhood, but spreading his seeds and all that.
Yeah. I mean, he got it. He got the money. Yeah. No, I'm just saying in general, he got it. If that's what he want to do, cool. I mean,
so my first
I can't
go ahead.
I can't do it.
Okay, so my first thought was with that bullshit he said. I said, you know what?
Shit.
I said, you know what? He's clearly telling us that when you got money on that level,
you can do what the fuck you want.
You can do what you want. Monogamy don't mean a lot. Like
right.
you can bag these bad women and say, hey, I can show you a good time. We can do this, we can do that, take you out to eat, fly you here, fly you there. But I'm gonna fuck around. I mean,
right.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, blah, blah, blah. And it's fucking cool. Now the bullshit that he said, let me say that to a woman and I ain't got the bag he got. It's gonna go a completely different way.
Man, they're gonna be like, nigga, what?
But so The other side of Reggie will say, okay, I understand what Nick Cannon was saying, as far as in, back in the older days when you was getting married, it was more or less, okay, you're giving your daughter to this man to be his wife, but he's giving you a mule in return, some land, something else. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, maybe she became, or the wife was kind of like his property, maybe so to say, because that's what he was saying. He was like, when I think of marriage and I look at it, whatever he said, property. Y'all would have to look at it in an interview. That's what he said. Yeah. His specific words was property. But when I think about marriage, I think about and I said this to Dre yesterday, partnership.
Yes.
That's what I think. That's what comes to mind, partnership. So yes. In that sense, I don't agree with anything he said, because I don't think you own your wife. Like, I might say, that's my baby, that's my lady, that's my girl, whatever else. And is that a sense or form of ownership? Yes, you could say that, but I mean, it's completely different. It's totally.
That's not the ownership. That's not the ownership that he's talking about.
Right. Absolutely.
It's just more so, hey, that's who I took these vows with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, oh Nick. Nick.
He occasionally, I'm not even gonna say occasionally, because it's been more than less this last year or so that he comes out and says some shit, and black men gotta, okay, we gotta take this ass whipping real quick on online, because the women about to kill all black men because Nick just said some bullshit. So I mean, that's
as Lil Duval would say on Twitter, Instagram, City Girls up.
Yeah.
City boys have lost about 10,000 points on that one.
Right. And every time Nick says something, I'm like, we gotta take this ass whipping real quick, because quick. It's about to be all black men ain't shit, all black men, blah 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 blah. Thanks, Nick. We
look, we discussed it on Monday. Mm-hmm. Talking about all dudes, well, no, it was more so that was all dudes are the same, all women are the same, and it's not
right. So I got one for you. Interesting little.
Okay.
You may not know this one. Because I didn't until I was sent this little screenshot.
Uh-huh.
A friend sent this screenshot of damn, I should have had this shit already pulled up, but about Kevin Samuels, right? And of course, they're trying to protest and cancel him or whatever else. But so this is it's from change.org, right? Oh, and it says it's telling the person that YouTuber Kevin Samuels has motivated a community of men of all races and nationalities toward the outspoken hatred of women. Okay.
Go on.
Samuels continues to enable unacceptable and threatening behavior from his fan base towards black women on YouTube and Instagram. Removing this hateful leader will make online communities safer for all.
They called this nigga a leader?
First of all, yeah. So a leader.
Wait. See, this is why I hate social media so much.
A leader.
Oh my God.
But he is encouraging unacceptable and threatening behavior and hatred towards black women. I mean, I'm not a Kevin Samuels supporter. I do think that some of his takes and views are correct. A lot of them aren't, but there is some validity to some things he say. Right. Does he come across harsh and brash at times? Yeah,
absolutely.
But as we've seen, he's been that way towards men and women. More women than men. But because I think
more women call.
Right, more women call, and also a lot of people don't know that Kevin Samuels been doing this same shit for about 6, 7, 8 years.
Right.
But he's been more harsh towards men. And he said this in an interview. I forgot where the interview came from. Someone told him to switch it up and see how it worked. So the first video that went viral, him going hard on a woman, blew up, went viral.
Right.
You as a content creator, having your, you know, being a part of a podcast, you know how clickbait work.
Of course.
The right clickbait happened and put millions in his pocket. So I understand that aspect of it. Could it be a show of what he's doing? It could be, it couldn't be. Who knows? Like, I mean, he did say that, you know, it was the reverse. He was going like that at men. No one cared.
Right. No one cared.
As soon as he said something about, you know, towards a woman in that aspect, he blew up. So, I mean, neither here nor there. But the fact that, I mean, who cares what he says and what it's not, and I don't see the hatred that he's spreading amongst all men towards black women. Like we're actually listening to this nigga and going out there, you know, trying to harm or violence, whether it's physical or verbal, on black women.
And see, a lot of the people are just taking the clips that they see, and they're not going and watching the full conversation.
Yes,
I have yet to watch a whole show of his. Like I sit there, I'll see some clips here and there if they pop up, but I mean, I more so look at it as entertainment. It
is. So not to cut you off real quick, I've had to watch.
No, you good.
Just, you know, to have my own opinion. I've watched the whole show, and like I said, there are valid parts and there are parts that aren't valid. I mean, it's easy to take a clip of something and form your own opinion and say,
right. And
you know what I'm saying? So this 1 30-second, 45-second clip of him telling this woman, oh, you think you're a 10, but you're really a 6, and and you think you're good enough for a man, you're 200 pounds, you're shaped like Emmett Smith, and you know what I'm saying? That's easy to say, oh, he ain't shit, he blah, blah, blah. But then if you watch the whole episode and see, okay, where it started, how it happened, or all this other shit, or even then watch another episode of where he's on a man like that, then I mean, you get whole different opinions. You know what I'm saying? We can easily. I
looked at him as an equal opportunity because I've seen the clip where he went in on a dude and he made me laugh just as much as he did on calling that damn woman telling that woman she's shaped like Emmett Smith.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I do not take a lot of this shit serious. I barely take the shit that I do serious because I'm always looking for the fucking joke and shit.
Right.
I'm always looking for the joke in it because I'm like, life's too short for us to be motherfucking sitting here
mad all the time.
Just mad and pointing out shit all the time. I'm like, yes, motherfuckers are gonna say, a motherfucker will say something. Hell, your own family member will say some shit that you don't like. But guess what? Either you gonna motherfucking take that shit to heart, or you gonna let that shit roll off your back and keep that shit moving.
Right, nigga. We might as well cancel everybody,
bruh.
We gonna get into cancel culture real quick. Bruh, cancel everybody. I mean, everybody.
I'm gonna say, look, the way how we grew up, nigga. The whole damn. That whole decade should be canceled.
Shit, decades. We wouldn't have
multiple.
We wouldn't have no heroes, no nobody. Comedy
no heroes,
would not exist. Movies
hip hop wouldn't exist.
Yeah, nothing. Like
music would barely exist. Think about it. Go back to back in the day when they made music. And I ain't even talking about the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about even further back.
You could start at the 90s.
Because they used to say
when 2 Live Crew was popping, Too Short.
Right. But no, I'm saying even further, like motherfuckers been saying some outlandish shit from the beginning of music.
Right. You're absolutely right.
So it's just a matter of as time evolved, this whole culture, the entire culture has changed. And feelings have gotten involved more. And I feel like people have lost it's like the culture has lost their sense of knowing how to dissect things. Yeah, dissect things, like take a joke, be able to dissect shit and not take shit personal all the time.
Right. Yeah, everything is not an attack on you or attack on, and oh man, I don't not want to get into this. Well, we're gonna try to we're gonna try to get into it. We're gonna try to get into it. Not late, a little later because
we don't have to do a deep dive. Let's scratch the surface. Let's scratch the surface and get in. Look, get in, get out.
Interesting little side note here, and then I mean we can segue into it, but interesting side note. So weekly there's comics are released weekly. In the latest episode of Robin, Batman's Robin, the sidekick, he has his own, of course, comic series and whatever else. So the most recent episode that came out this week, Robin has came out the closet.
Oh shit!
Listen,
I was not expecting that.
I shit you not. So
I was not expecting that.
So listen, actually,
oh shit!
One of the episodes, it was me, you, Dre, and Nisha.
Yeah,
and we was talking about how they're changing our cartoons and
because we talked about Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, we was talking about Pepe Le Pew. So now, of course, there's more comics that I mean since this time that people that had came out like I think on the new, is it Batwoman or Catwoman? I think it's Batwoman on CW. I think she's bisexual. But yeah, so Robin is bisexual. Aquaman's bisexual now. I mean, it's like 7 or 8 of them, all in that. But yeah, and so I get it.
Oh yeah. Hold on, real quick. Somebody did a deep dive on Batman, and they was like, Batman don't eat the box. They got a fucking die. I was like, yo. I was like, how do people find this shit out? Oh my God.
But so Robin is bisexual now, right?
Okay.
I think we're doing a little too much in trying to appease every aspect, every, I guess, sector, straight, gay, bi. Well, I don't know, man. I just like,
I think they're so worried about trying to include everybody.
That's trying to make everything all inclusive.
Yeah, they're trying to make shit all inclusive when, if you think about it, growing up, this shit was never inclusive like that.
And I was just about to say that. I didn't care.
Shit's never been inclusive like
Batman,
that.
the Hulk, Wolverine. I didn't care what their sexuality was, what their sexual preference was. So why should our kids growing up have to care what this superhero sexual preference is? Go fight some fucking crime.
Right. They were created to be what? Superheroes.
Yeah, like go fight
fucking
some crime.
go save the world, go save fucking Gotham City, wherever the fuck it is that you're supposed to be saving, go save that shit.
I don't care who cheeks you clapping. just go save some crime. Like
that's it.
Who cheeks Robin clapping, or who clapping his cheeks? I mean, I don't know, but so
I told you I can't take none of this shit serious.
You can, man. I mean, but they want us shit, and they're forcing it down our throats.
And I think that's all the more reason why I don't take it as serious as everybody else do. Because I'm just like, dog, we grew up on this shit for a long time. And then for you to try and flip it like that, for us, it's kind of hard for us to kind of be like, oh, all right. Yeah. I mean, which at this point is just like, all right. I mean, I don't care.
Cool, Robin. You like
You,
okay.
Right.
Nigga, go save somebody. Like,
right. Go help Batman like you've been doing,
yeah,
nigga.
it's a motherfucker in the burning building need to be saved. They want us to worry about, like I said, who cheeks
what you doing, right? What you doing in your spare time?
Yeah,
I don't
like,
care.
I give a fuck. Like
my thing is, because although they had at one point they had Robin on some dope ass shit, like that nigga was coming into his own,
right?
But we was just like, nigga,
no, yeah.
Look, we was like, nigga, but you still Robin, you still Batman's sidekick, so cut it out.
He's probably the first sidekick ever. I just thought about it. He's probably the first superhero sidekick.
At least he's the first sidekick that I've known in the comic book world, at least that I paid attention to. Because Superman never had. Because I used to collect comic books. Superman never had. Because I had Superman.
There's no other sidekick. There ain't no other sidekick.
No. No. Because everybody, because at that time, because like X-Men, they were a team. Because then you got to form a teams. Fantastic Four was a team.
Right.
So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But so and just to be clear, I support everybody, all inclusive.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Straight community, gay community, LGBTQ, whatever acronym
all of them.
That y'all want to add to that, because
right. I was gonna say,
like, yeah, I don't have an issue with any of it. But so a couple weeks ago, the baby actually went in, and I listened to the Locks interview on the Breakfast Club yesterday, and Styles said some interesting shit. He was actually talking about cancel culture versus mental health. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, how we're quick to cancel somebody out, you know, not knowing, you know, but so everyone is big on mental health these days. Mental health is a big thing, but we're also quick to cancel people out. So when you start trying to cancel people out, what does that feed into?
Shit.
Mental health.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, and I mean, in a sense, it can feed into mental health a whole lot of ways, because if let's say if I do cancel you out, let's say you have, and granted, your actions, you know, some of your actions might be warranted, whatever happens, but also at the end of the day, you're a man, you have a family to feed, mouths, you know what I'm saying? You have a whole team to take care of, you know what I'm saying? So, so he was basically saying, why isn't it counsel instead of cancel? Instead of us going hard on saying, hey, we're gonna cancel this motherfucker out, we're gonna do this and that. I don't, somebody, even though he might double down on what he said, but we know a lot of hood niggas like that don't know any difference, don't know any better. You know, young boys right now that you might, you know, you as an OG now, that you might say something to and they don't give a fuck what you're saying, but you might have to like reiterate, hey, let me talk to you real quick, man. Let me tell you, you know, where you fucking up at, where you going wrong. It might be little brothers, it might be cousins, it might be whoever. You know what I'm saying? The niggas ain't trying to hear what you're saying until you really sit them down and pull them to the side. Like, yo, let me talk to you. You fucking up right now. You know what I'm saying?
And then sometimes they have to see it for themselves too.
They have to see it for themselves. But I mean, I do. So I think, you know, I don't have much to say about that, but I do think that was an interesting take on, you know, the cancel culture versus mental health.
Right. And I always saw cancel culture as I see it as frauds anyways, because a lot of people that say they about to cancel this motherfucker, that they about to cancel somebody, ain't really been rocking with them to begin with. Right. Now they just got the so-called ammo to use against them. That's just like R. Kelly, for example. How long it took people to so-called cancel this nigga. I'm like, nigga, I ain't listened to R. Kelly since motherfucking TP2. And that was before all this. That was before all the shit happened. It was
came
just the
out.
fact that,
well, it came out before it came out.
Was. Yeah, I mean, he doing. And then it was just like, they say you have to separate the artist from the music. Nigga, you can't even do that shit with R. Kelly because all that shit blend in.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, I was off R. Kelly just on the strength that I was like, all right, it's R. Kelly. We know this nigga gonna make a banger. We know he gonna make a banger. And then as more shit kept coming out when it came to him, I just like, oh, so now y'all want to cancel this nigga? I was like, nigga, I don't go out my way to even listen to R. Kelly. Like somebody literally has to play that shit in order for me to listen to. And that's been like that for a long time. Mm-hmm. So like motherfuckers talking about canceling the baby. That breathes well until this nigga come out with a banger.
It does. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That shit gonna brief well until this nigga come out with a banger. He let's say this nigga come out with a banger and it features like their favorite rap. Let's say it featured Drake. Niggas gonna be riding that motherfucking wave. They gonna forget all about that shit. That they gonna forget all about what he said and shit just gonna blow over.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how that works because a lot of venues and concerts or promoters have pulled back from him. I saw recently that Kanye removed the song that he has with the baby off of. So I mean, we'll see. But I do think so when Styles said that, it stuck out to me. And then you know I do like the fact that 50 Cent has took it upon himself to say I want to mentor him and pull his coattail, pull him to the side and talk to him. So I think that works. I just thought that was an interesting aspect, the cancel culture versus mental health, because like we said, everybody's so big on mental health, but canceling somebody out or trying to cancel them, that really can fuck with somebody's mental.
Because like you said, it starts to affect not only their pockets, but their families, things like that. Yeah. So, I mean, prayerfully, he's learned his lesson.
Right.
Hopefully he listens. If 50 takes him up under his wing, hopefully, 50 teaches him, gets him straight and that motherfucker come back out a better person than he was before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as far as the dude in the red hat, don't nobody give a fuck about nigga whatever. Don't nobody give a fuck. You got niggas waiting on this. I'm glad I'm not on that motherfucking wave when it come to him waiting on no fucking album or anything. I don't give a fuck. I put him in the same bucket as fucking R. Kelly. The last album I stopped with him was 808 and Heartbreaks.
Yeah. I wasn't even big on that. I do like The Life of Pablo was all right. I tried not just like right. I think once he did a couple. I think once he did the whole Yeezus shit, I was just like, all right, I'm out. Right. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that one. I wasn't feeling that. Life of Pablo had a couple. But
I'm just like, I'm out. So I do the same way with R. Kelly. Like somebody's gonna have to play his shit in order for me to listen. Yeah. Unless I go back to his old shit, like drop out and grad. Like I'll go back to his old shit because that shit was on point back then. So
depending on what features he got up there, I love the Locks. Those are my guys.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to check that one out. Whatever song they on. I think he probably got Griselda up there. So depending on, I don't even want to get into fucking Kanye, man.
Hey, real quick, can we give a shout out to the Locks for motherfucking killing fucking verses?
Shout out. And I hate these hot takes like LeBron, Jada kissing the Locks is the most underrated. No, they're not. You just been sleeping on them.
Right. Your ass just been.
Him and they are not. We know what they do. Everybody that listens to them and follow them that knows hip hop knows that Jada gets busy, knows that the Locks is hard. I mean, stop it, LeBron. I hate. Oh man. No.
Hey, my favorite shit for Jada, the Champ Is Here mixtape. Man, because it has so many bangers, and then he came out with the album Champ Is Here. I was like, nigga.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so I will say this, it took me a minute to get to get on the Sheik Luch wagon, because I was just like, man, for back then I could not get with him, and I was like, I know he a part of the Locks. Like hearing him on the Locks, I was like, damn, this nigga hard. But then trying to listen to him by himself, I was like, fuck, why can I not get with this motherfucker?
Solo, he's okay, but group setting, features, he's a totally different monster. Yeah,
and them boys came to
man, they know how to put on
battle.
a show. They know how to put on a show. That's why they supposed to be here in Atlanta on the 15th of September. I'm eyeing that ticket. I want that ticket. I want to go.
Yeah, I know you sent that shit to us in the group chat.
Yep, we will see how that go.
But yeah, man. Shout out to them boys, man. Hey, prayerfully more verses are like that, where niggas come and perform. Absolutely. I want, especially the rappers, because it's like them niggas trying to come out and be all, nah, fuck that. Come out there and goddamn perform.
Yeah, pretty and shit. Nah. Yeah, we want to see a show, my nigga. We want to see a show. Like that's what you gotta do. So I read this little quote statement. It said men these days are weird and soft. They're looking for women to return the same energy. I don't understand why men are wanting women to chase or pursue them too.
Why the fuck not?
My thoughts exactly. Why not?
Because
why not?
They're like they say, closed mouths don't get fed. that goes both ways.
Yeah,
it goes both ways. My thing is, if you see somebody that you're attracted to, why not say something? And again, that's man or woman. Why not go shoot your shot?
And we're gonna talk about that because I just received a text. But this a little side note for me and you. This is a little side.
Okay, bet.
We're gonna talk about that as soon as we get off. But yeah, so I mean, I think returning the same energy should not be viewed as that, because if you like me, I like you. Why we shouldn't? Well, man and woman, not you and me. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
So why should we not, show each other, how we feel about each other, that we like each other? You know what I'm saying? Right. Why should not return that same energy that I'm giving you, and vice versa? I think that only makes shit better. Like, I don't look at it as a woman pursuing a man or chasing a man or trying to court a man or whatever else. Like, nah, it's not. It's just you showing this man that you like him, you feel a certain type of way about him, just like he does. Like, it's so weird how the internet goes these days, and we keep saying the internet because all these ideologies are geared to say, oh, men ain't this, men ain't that, these niggas ain't like our fathers and grandfathers and great grandfathers, blah, 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 blah. So everything is an indictment on men these days. Like, you can barely do anything and not be chastised for it about, these niggas is different these days.
But here's the thing. But when you do get when a woman does get a man who's trying to get at her, like, either she doesn't know what to do or she shuts this nigga down because of whatever fucking reason. It's just like, well, I thought this is what you wanted. I thought you wanted somebody to come at you and court you and do this shit, because we've discussed this before. That we was like a lot of people that are having dating issues is because either the man is not trying to court or the woman's not trying to be courted.
True. I can go with that.
So motherfuckers got to figure it out. I'm going to speak on both ends. So as far as the men are concerned, the men have to come to grips that they're going to, if they're really feeling a woman that they're interested in, like, you gotta court her. You gotta do whatever you gotta do. Well, I'm not gonna say whatever you gotta do, but you have to first let them know that you're interested, and then court them from there. And that's whether it's taking out on dates, talking, whatever, get to know them, do what you're supposed to do to get the person that you're interested in.
Right.
Women, if you're saying this stuff, you have to be willing to be courted.
Yeah.
So, and if the dude that you're interested in comes at you, then fucking see what he about. That's the whole point of dating. Seeing what people are about.
It's too easy.
I'm like, I said my mom, and shout out to my mom, because she and I'll always put this shit out there. I'll always put the shit out there because my mom had to put it in perspective for me. She was just like, yo, you never dated. Like you jumped from one marriage to relationship to getting married again. And it made me sit back and think, and she was like, fuck, you're right. And so I've been taking this time now to actually date and see who it is, see what I'm interested in, see whatever women, how they react, how they react to being courted, things like that. I go out, whether it's going out to eat, going for whatever. But it's just the fact of now it's just me playing the field and just seeing who's really willing to be courted and who can keep my interest and whose interest that I can keep.
Yeah. But so I think in that aspect, and for a woman, saying, okay, I want to keep his interest, you got to return some type of energy. You got to return energy. So it null and voids that statement or that comment that these women on this post or poll or whatever they was doing, you know what I'm saying? It null and voids that, because I mean, I don't, unless they want just a nigga to chase them and not receive no kind of, mutual interest or whatever back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand there's guys that do that. There's guys that's going to be in your inbox every day. Hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? And not receiving, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be those type of guys, but it's a reason why you're not giving this guy no attention. Just like we said on your last episode, is a reason why these guys don't get that attention. And it's a reason why the other guys that don't give a shit, or that the quote unquote bad boy, is receiving all attention. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, because you're putting energy out towards this motherfucker that might not give a shit, or that might be a quote unquote bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta go watch the episode.
Please watch the episode. We had us a good time.
Y'all gotta watch
us a good time. Damn, man. I wish I would have set that shit for gallery view so we can see everybody. That's okay. That's a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned.
What? We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we good.
Because I ain't look at it, but we'll talk about it. It wasn't no. Ooh.
I skimmed through it today.
It was on speaker mode?
So it was on speaker mode.
Oh.
What?
So it only shows like when one person's speaking?
One person, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and that's because I forgot to put it on gallery. So on my screen, it showed in gallery mode, but on the recording, it showed in speaker mode.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. Yeah, Aisha text, she was like, it's on speaker mode. I was like, what?
Yeah. But hey,
oh well.
So to close this out, and you're just the perfect person to have on the episode to talk about this, because I know how you feel about the kids, my nigga. I know how you feel about the kids. So
fuck them kids, dog. Kids is terror. Nah, I tell people all the time, don't take that literal. That's all tongue in cheek. But fuck them kids, because they terrorists.
So I'm gonna give you this brief situation that one of my friends was telling me about. So
okay,
she's a single mom. She has a boy and a girl. Her boy is about 5 or 6, maybe. Her girl is like 9 or 10, right? So she's dating this guy now. They've been dating. I think they've been dating for a year, a little over a year or whatever. He has a little boy. His little boy is 7. Okay. So school is starting.
Yep.
And he has his son for the week or whatever before school starts. So he comes to spend the night over there with her and brings his son. She has an extra bedroom, for her son to sleep in and everything. She says, so it's probably about 10:30. or so, they're in the bed, watching TV, cuddled up or whatever. Door is cracked. Next thing she know, the door pushes over and his little boy walks in, to the side of the bed he's on and asks, can he get in the bed and sleep with them? So he's like, he picks him up, puts him in the bed, and she looks at him like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, well, he sleeps in the bed with his mom when he's at home, whenever he wants to, da, 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 da. So, that's what, his, I guess, comfort or whatever, that's, what he's used to.
Right.
And so
right.
she was like, well, that's what she told me. She said, well, we're not at his mom's house. This is my house. And I'm just not comfortable with that. He's 7. He should probably be sleeping in, a bed by himself anyway. But, it's her house. And whoever wants to sleep in her bed can sleep in her bed. And I feel the same exact way. And when she said he was 7, going on 8, I'm like, well, he probably shouldn't be climbing in bed with y'all or his mom at home anyways. They should be probably trying, so she, and she's like, Reggie, listen, my son is 6. He don't sleep in the bed with me no more. He don't sleep in the bed with me. She said, I broke him out of that. Like, he's not going to be 7, 8, 9 or whatever, however old, come in, mommy, can I sleep in the bed with you? I get it. I understand it. So now she's in a position to where she said, ever since then, I've been eyeing, how he handles his kids and how, and a lot of things are turning me off versus, how he's raising his child. Even, his child is not with him full time, how him and his wife are doing it, versus one thing, that I said, well, he just like pushed the door open and walked in the room. Like, when I was growing up, like, I ain't never walking. My mom's door could be wide open and I stand at the door and be like, hey, or knock on, knock. Can I come in? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing for me. Like,
look, I ain't want
age as kids.
Look, I ain't want to walk in. I ain't want to walk in to see my mama getting her cheeks clapped.
That too. But I don't like. But like I said, I mean, the door could be open. You could be like,
right.
You
wide open. You better not.
Yeah, you better not. So that was one thing for me. I'm like, wow, he just walked in the room and he ain't like, nah, I can say nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so she was like, that's one thing that got me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I think it's maybe because I raised my kids different. I do this, that. So with that, it's really turned her off against this man.
Right.
From other things that she noticed that I'm not going to speak on, but these were just like 2 instances, light things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so it's kind of like a snowball effect now because it's opened her eyes to something bigger, that he got going on,
right.
She's like, well, you're a man, this is your son. You probably should be talking to her and telling her, hey, this boy is 7. He probably should be sleeping in his own bed. I mean, I understand, if he's scared, he had nightmares or something, here and there, but she has to start breaking him out of that instance, because if you're trying to date me or date somebody else, I don't want you thinking that it's okay or acceptable for your son to ask, can he sleep in your bed or just walk in the room anytime?
Right. First of all, I find it weird that he went over her house with his son to say night. That's first and foremost. Because that's something I if I got my child, that's me and my child's time.
True.
I can wait. I can wait for that week to come kick it with you.
So does it matter how long you and this lady been dating?
Shit has to be worked in. Like it how long? I think that would definitely be a factor. So how long have they been?
She said it's been a little over a year, right at a year, a little over a year.
Okay.
He's met his son before. They all the interactions been there. He's
okay.
Kids, she's been
so that's now I get it. So that gives me more clarity because I'm like, if this is just in the beginning, then I'm like, but even still, like, I would still, even with us being together for a year, I would still feel leery kind of doing that shit unless we planned on moving in together.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully that was in the plans. Hopefully it's still in.
Yeah. So that's how I look at it. As far as far as the little boy coming to the room to, first of all, little boy is committing terroristic acts. That's why I said kids are terrorists.
Is there an age? You think there's an age?
Listen,
7 a little too old, ain't it, to be trying to climb it?
Oh, hell yeah. I think we broke our daughter around around 5. At least I know on my behalf, as far as like when my daughter would come stay with me, most of the time we would fall asleep on the couch. But like once we got into bed, I would get into bed and she would get in, I had a bed for her. And then, if it just so happened, but 9 out of 10, once she would sleep, she sleep. Like that little girl wasn't getting up until the next day. So I ain't have to worry about her running in, having nightmares and shit like that. But yeah, 7, that's a little old.
It makes me think of something that Aisha says often, like a lot of these men these days wasn't raised by men, they were raised by women, and that's why they kind of act the way they do. And
yeah,
she might be raising one of them. I don't quote me, women, but hey, single moms, y'all gotta raise these boys to be men. Like y'all can't be coddling them and cuddling up with them in bed and having them sleeping in y'all bed until they damn 10, 11, 12 years old. But not to get on that. I do think 7's a little old. I mean, hey,
yeah,
no.
Man.
Go sleep in your bed, Tyrone. Go, yeah, you.
Look, little Tyrone, take your ass to bed. Shit, we ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah, I don't like whatever. Yeah.
But but again, that is different parenting styles. So, and I think with old dude, I think it's like he's torn in between. So he may be at when he's by him, when it's just him and his son. He may have him in his own room and sleeping in his own room.
Yeah.
But of course, when he have those moments and he come in, hey dad, kind of, you mind if I come lay down? Then yeah. But he also has to break that. He has to break that
habits that
too.
Mom is creating. So
they have to, and like you said, they have to come together and be like, yo, we need to break this because he's a little bit too old to be sleeping in the bed with us.
So not to key in on that, just dating women, or in our case it's women, because we're both men, we're talking about women. So dating women with kids, how do you think that affects your, I guess, relationship or interaction, or even wanting to be with them versus, how things that you see, as far as in them raising them or whatever else. I mean, so for instance, for me, I remember this shit vividly. Passion was probably about 9. And Passion did not like this girl I was talking to. And when I tell you, Passion told this girl all my business for some reason. Yeah, my dad. Telling her about previous ex-girlfriends and things they used to take her out to do this and do that, and I really liked her, and she was da 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 da. Man, but when I tell you, I like this girl a lot.
Patrick was trying to get her out the paint, boy.
Sabotaged the whole relationship. Sabotaged my shit.
Hey, Patrick was like, "Nah, you ain't it, cuz."
He didn't want to hear that, but I mean,
it's like not. She was like, "You can date any man, not my daddy."
And listen, I was feeling this girl too, man. But Passion sabotaged so when I think about that, like just dating, people with kids in general, because I was a single parent at that time, dating people, how does that affect, the kids playing into it? Like far as in how they raise the kids, how they're taught to interact with you, because, a lot of people don't, me growing up and us growing up, a lot of us growing up, it's yes, ma'am, no, sir, So if you're dating a woman and her daughter, her son's like, hey, Will, how you doing? Hi, William, how you know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Are you looking at him like, who the fuck you talking to? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because even like with women, I introduce them like, hey, this is Miss such and such, or like like to this day, like even well, I don't know. I mean, these days, it's people that have their kids calling them by their first name. I know my homegirl. She's like,
it's always been Mr. and Mrs. or Mr. and Miss.
I think her son is like 4 or 5. And he calls her Kia. She was like, it's just a name. I'm like, you're his mom. He calls you.
What?
It's just a name. I'm like,
I wish my daughter would. I her out. Like who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, you better fix your mouth.
Right. I'm always gonna be dad. Daddy. Look, you one or the other. You better figure out which one you like the best.
Yeah. Hey, Luna quick to argue with me. She'll I'm like passion. She'll be like, that's mommy. I'm like, okay. Go ahead. Yeah, she quick to argue with me, but yeah.
But dating someone with a child, of course, you always have to take in consideration of everything. The woman, the child, how they raise them. The thing is, when you're dating someone with a child, you have to stay in your lane. As much as we would love to be like, as much as we would love to intervene on certain things, like we have to remember that's not our child.
Mm-hmm.
That's not our child.
And how you grew up is may not be the same way that they grew up.
Yeah. Because like you said, with our child, it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. This is Miss such and such. This is Mr. such and such. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm close to him, hey, that's your uncle. That's your uncle such and such. That's your Uncle Reg, or that's your aunt such and such. Just so it makes it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough because what they may allow for their child to do, we may not allow that.
Right.
And then we looking with the side eye like, let them do that.
Nigga, listen, someone I talk to on the phone, and like some of the shit they kids be saying, I'll be like, what did he say? Oh, he was
right.
Okay. That motherfucker have been asleep by now. Had it been me,
boy,
he was called a backhand. But I mean, yeah.
Real quick,
I do think it's hard. Because like we said, all of us are raised different, and then a lot of us are, and I guess it also depends on if that's the only child too, because people tend to treat the only child different. But I do think, I don't know. Far as in me in relationships or situations I've been in, there's things I noticed that like completely did turn me off on women. I remember there was this woman I was dating one time, and her speaking on the door thing, her son used to always be twisting the door now trying to come in the door. She's like, yeah, he just wants to come in, blah blah blah, whatever else. I'm like, well, he's at the door. Yeah, he's at the door. Right. Oh, he'll be all right. So, and I was at A-Knock. I was at A-Knock. So when I woke up in the morning to leave, he was on the floor asleep in front of her door with a blanket. I'm like, and I tripped over his ass. I'm walking out. I'm like, what the fuck? But
hell no.
I don't even think we talked after that. I was like, oh, like this shit is like crazy. Like you gotta get this little nigga.
Dog, times is different, man. Times is different.
Because I remember like
but
he was banging on the door, mommy, open the door. She was like, oh, he'll be all right. He's gonna go back. I was like, okay, like
you better tell that little nigga go to sleep. Shit.
Ladies, y'all need to look. We're not going to that's another topic for another day. Raising these boys to be
raising
tougher,
children,
not suckers and whining all the time. But
look, raising children, period. Dog.
Yeah,
that's I mean, that is it's hard enough, and then just trying, and then like the way like we said, the way the culture is changing, and then trying to adjust, and it's like it's like now we can't raise our kids the way we were raised because it's frowned
we can't because it's child abuse. And then I think for the most part, a lot of people are more or less trying to be friends than being a parent.
Yep.
But another topic for another day. Appreciate you for joining me, man, and us
of course, man,
and talking our shit real quick. Hey, everybody, like, share, subscribe before I forget that shit. Like, share, subscribe. But let me get you to go ahead and plug yourself. Plug the glorious podcast you have.
Of course, and I'm I'm Smurf, one half of Coffee and Apple Juice. Check us out. We on all platforms, YouTube, all visual, and we audio. So come check us out. And again, like, subscribe, and comment for us as well. We respond back if you hit us up.
Yeah, please do.
Also, real quick, I'm gonna take Dre's spot. Mental health is real. Mental health is real. Shout out to Dre. So mental health is real. Of course, hit us up. We're not subject matter experts, but you need somebody to talk to. We will definitely respond back and try and be some type of help.
Yeah, give you what you need.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yes. So as you said, mental health is real. Definitely. If you are feeling some kind of way, you need somebody to talk to, definitely talk to us. And I just want to put this out there. I just thought about this. It's easy to hate somebody that you don't know. So in that sense, we should be able to love too. So I love you.
Yes, sir.
I love y'all. I don't want nobody to do anything dumb to hurt themselves to where their family has to pay, the price as far as in funerals and all this other stuff, money, and then warning you, when you could have actually reached out and got some help, the help that you needed. So we definitely don't want anything like that to happen to anybody we care for, know personally, and just anybody in general that may, that one of our listeners or viewers or whatever may be affected, so definitely reach out and get the help that you need. I appreciate you, Dre, my nigga.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully we get on and do this episode. If not, we got it in the tuck. We got one. But shout out to everybody, my family, my babies. Shout out to all the podcasters, all the content creators that are doing their thing out here. It looks easy, but I mean, just creating content and then getting on a camera, on a mic, and talking and giving people something to listen to, is not as easy as it seems. But I mean, it's something that I enjoy doing. I'm pretty sure that everybody that does it, they enjoy doing it. So we appreciate all the love, support, and everybody that is watching and viewing us. Well, viewing and listening, all that good stuff. It means a lot. Y'all, we're coming up on a year. That's hard to think about, man. I mean,
boy,
fast, 2 weeks. I think we'll hit that year mark from our first episode.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man. But I
keep that shit going.
Yeah, I know,
keep
right?
It going.
It's a slow grind, man, but it always is. I mean, everything don't jump out there like that, but I do appreciate it, everything that we get from everybody. As always, we're unapologetic, unfiltered. Signing out, Smurf, my nigga, Reg, the Prime Minister. We will see y'all next week. Another episode in the books. We out of here.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.